Hi everyone, Gary Sivs here, and this is the first of my, I'm calling them in-depth previews. They're not going to be too long. I know in-depth maybe sounds like we're going to be here all night talking about them, but these are going to be a short series of videos just looking at the stats and trends, if you like, for the main races of the festival, just to give you an idea. Maybe you've got a couple of bets on and whether they fit into the trends or not. And we are going to see, as you can see there, we are going to start with the Marsh Novices Chase. This is a race where we have a red hot favourite this year, probably one of the hottest favourites we've had in this race for a very, very long time. We've never had a horse go off at what's looking to be as short as, he's 8 to 11 at the minute, is Envoi Allen. 6 to 4 was Vator back in the day, and yeah, it's looking like very, very hard to get this horse beat here. But anyway, the Marsh Novices Chase is a 2 mile 4 race. It's the first race on the Thursday of the festival, and it is the first race on the new course. The race is for 5-year-olds and above. The weights are 11 stone 3 for 5-year-olds, 11 stone 4 for 6-year-olds and above, and mares do get a £7 allowance. It has always been a hot race for the favourites. Looking down the previous betting, in the last 10 renewals of the race, we have 4 favourites, 4 second favourites, and only 2 outside of the top 3 of the betting have won this race. This was beneficent in 2013 at 20 to 1, and we had the year after Taquin de Sol won this at 7 to 1. But other than that, everything has been right near the top of the betting that has won this race. So a really good race to get dug into for the punters, and that will only encourage people to go out and back Envoi Allen. My stance on Envoi Allen is get laid into him on the day or the day before. But at the price he is now, all right, maybe if you're including him in a double or a treble or two, but just be careful. There is 4 or 5 weeks to go. Anything can happen, and it wouldn't surprise me if one of these red hot favourites that's in there ends up not turning up to the festival. Obviously, I don't want that to happen, but it can do, and you don't want to be wasting a lot of money leading up to the festival. Okay, I mentioned earlier on that the mares do get a £7 allowance. It's not been the most successful race ever for mares. In the last 12 years, there's in the last 10 years, I've been running 10 years. In the last 10 years, there's only been one winner that has been a mare, and that was Shattered Love for Gordon Elliott in 2018. In terms of ratings for the race, you need to be around the 151 and above. The last 6 years of this renewal, they've all been 151 and above. Now that's taking into account the £7 mares allowance. Shattered Love did have a rating of 144, but put on top her £7 mares allowance, you do get the 151, and all the rest have been, last year Sam Crow was 157, we had York Hill at 155, so 151 and above is where you need to be. All 10 runners had run at a previous festival, and 5 of those had won at a previous festival. So Cheltenham form, quite important going in generally, but with this being a novice chase, most of them do tend to have run over hurdles. Not all of them, but most of them. Only Defi de Sol had won this race, having run at either the Flowgas or the Scilly Isles Grade 1 chases, was one I was quite surprised at. So they are not necessarily good races to then bounce your horse into this off, but obviously Defi de Sol has proved it can be done. Yeah, the number of runs that a horse has had in the season leading up to the race, generally you need at least 3 runs over fences. There's only been York Hill, who was 2 from 2 in 2017, and Sire de Champs, who was 2 from 2 in 2012, that have come in with less than 3 runs. Generally 4 and 5 runs is where you need to be coming in here. Envoi Allen obviously ticks the box there, as he ticks most of the boxes in the stats. If you are big into the English and Irish, I wouldn't say argument, but the old fight for the wins. I know the Irish are actually about 1 to 5 on. I was just going to have a check there. They're really short in terms of coming out winners again this year, and rightfully so, and no different in this race. They have won 8 of the last 10 renewals of the race, so not been a great race for the English down the years. And having just put up Fusil raffles for Nicky Henderson, if he was to do any damage here, God forbid that Envoi Allen gets injured and doesn't turn up. I hope I'm way off with that and that doesn't happen. But yeah, Willie and Gordon have won this race 5 of the last 6 years between them, so they are in red hot form here, which bodes well again for Envoi Allen coming into the race. It's funny that no horse has gone on to win a Gold Cup after winning this in the following year. Quite a lot of the horses, 4 out of 10, have gone on to the Ryanair, which you would probably expect, have it been over the same course and distance. But yeah, going on to the Gold Cup, which a lot of people are expecting Envoi Allen to do, it's not been a thing that's done. So that would be going against the trends. Only 2 horses came into this race with unbeaten records and won this, which was probably the only one against Envoi Allen, if you like. Those horses were York Hill and Cider Shops, as I mentioned previously, but they've obviously done it, and I don't really think that's going to have any effect on the market leader here. Like I said, all things do point to Envoi Allen. Could well be a very good thing and a very special horse going forward for us all. And you want to see, when you've got a horse of this nature, you want to see him come out and be a superstar, because we all love seeing our superstars. I do see this race turning into a very small field. I think looking at the betting, we've got an Ergamine as second favourite, who's more than likely going to be in the Arkle. Monkfish for the RSA next. Then we've got Sporting John and Chamblou. And then we've got Royal Pagile, who won't be in this. We've then got Latest Exhibition and Colreevy, more horses that very unlikely to be in here. Franco Deport, maybe in here, maybe not. He doesn't actually have any runs over 2.5 miles yet, and was pulled up in his only run at Cheltenham. So that, by sort of process of elimination was how I got down to Fusil raffles. I'm not a big fan of Chamblou and Sporting John that ran the other day. I think my horse can at least put it up to those 2. So yeah, all things go for Envoi Allen leading into this. I wanted to do this one first because he is probably of all the favourites that there is, he's my biggest superstar of the festival, I think, this year, and really excited and looking forward to seeing him put all these to the sword in what looks like it will be a fairly small run of field, and one where we're going to find it very hard to get him beat. Okay, so that's the Marsh Novices Chase. I will be back maybe tomorrow or the day after with the stats for another of the Grade 1 races. Okay, stay safe. Catch you all soon. Thank you.